Every night, as you drift off to sleep, your dog quietly presses against you. It feels comforting, almost ordinary. But what if that simple act isn't random at all? What if, in that silent closeness, your dog is sending you one of the most powerful messages you'll ever receive? Scientists have uncovered clues, and countless dog owners have shared stories that point to something deeper, something emotional, even life-changing. So why does your dog choose your side over anywhere else? Tonight, we're going to uncover the truth, and I promise it will change the way you see your dog forever. Before we dive deep, let's start with something familiar. Picture this. It's the end of a long day. You've brushed your teeth, pulled the covers back, and you're ready to rest. Maybe your phone's on the nightstand, maybe a glass of water is within reach. You climb into bed, and not long after, you hear the soft padding of paws. Your dog jumps up, maybe climbs up slowly, depending on their age, and without hesitation, presses their body right up against yours. It's not just sleeping nearby, it's contact. Close, warm, intentional. For many of us, that's just normal life. We laugh about it, we post about it online, we call them our little heaters. But what if that behavior means far more than comfort? What if your dog is telling you something essential about trust, about safety, about love itself? Now, before we uncover the full meaning, let me ask, have you ever noticed your dog following you from room to room, almost like a little shadow? You get up to make coffee, they're there. You go to the bathroom, there, waiting outside the door. Many dog owners see this and wonder if something's wrong, if it's a sign of neediness or anxiety. If that sounds familiar, I actually explained the solution step by step in my last video. Why your dog follows you from room to room, real reasons. You can find the link right at the top corner, and I'll also leave it on the end screen for you. That behavior and tonight's topic are connected, because both reveal the secret world of what your dog is really trying to say. So let's step inside that world. Let's pull back the curtain on something most of us overlook every single night. Imagine this. A woman named Sarah tucks herself into bed after a long day. Her golden retriever Daisy hops up and, instead of lying at the foot of the bed where there's plenty of room, Daisy nestles right up against Sarah's side. Sarah smiles, strokes her dog's fur, and then drifts into sleep. To Sarah, it's sweet, cute, just Daisy being Daisy, but beneath that simple act, something profound is happening. Daisy is choosing closeness for a reason, and that reason has layers. The first is safety. Dogs, as you know, are pack animals. In the wild, canines slept in groups, pressed together, because closeness meant survival. If danger came in the night, they were ready together. If warmth was needed, the group shared it. When your dog presses against you, they're tapping into that primal instinct. To them, you're not just an owner, you're their pack, their safest place, their protector, and the one they're protecting. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Okay, that makes sense biologically. But my dog grew up in a cozy home. Why would they need to feel safe in my bed? The answer is safety isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's the reassurance of knowing they're not alone. The simple presence of you, they're human, calms their nervous system. That press against your side is like a child holding a parent's hand in the dark. It says, as long as you're here, I'm okay. Let me share another story. A rescue dog named Milo spent the first 2 years of his life on the streets. He was skittish, afraid of loud noises, afraid of people, afraid of everything. But when he was adopted, something fascinating happened. At night, Milo would press his tiny body so tightly against his new owner that she could barely move. It wasn't about comfort, it was about survival memory. For Milo, closeness meant he could finally let go of the fear he carried all day. Every press was his way of saying, I've chosen you to be my safe place. Now let's peel back another layer. Bonding. For dogs, touch isn't casual, it's currency, it's language. When your dog presses against you, oxytocin, the bonding hormone, flows in both of you. Studies show that humans and dogs experience a mirrored hormonal response during contact. In other words, when your dog presses close, their brain lights up with the same feelings we get when we hug a loved one. And your brain responds too. That's not an accident. That's evolution forging a bond that's lasted thousands of years. But bonding isn't always quiet. Sometimes it's funny, messy, awkward. I remember hearing from a family whose bulldog Tank had this habit of wedging himself between them every night. He'd grunt, wiggle, and insist on being in the middle. They used to joke that Tank was third-wheeling their marriage. But one night, after a particularly hard day, the husband admitted that Tank's heavy body pressed against his legs was the only thing that calmed his racing mind enough to sleep. Tank wasn't just being stubborn, he was being medicine. He was being love in physical form. Then there's comfort. Yes, sometimes it really is about warmth. But warmth, to a dog, isn't just physical. It's emotional comfort. It's the reassurance of routine. Think about it, dogs thrive on patterns. Breakfast at the same time, walks at the same time, bedtime rituals. Pressing against you may be their way of grounding themselves. It's their signal that the world is predictable, that they belong, that everything is as it should be. Let's not forget protection. Dogs are instinctively guardians. Even the smallest lapdog has the heart of a protector. When your dog presses against you, they may be doing more than seeking comfort. They may be standing guard. Even in sleep, Dogs remain attuned to their pressing against you keeps them close enough to sense changes in your breathing, to hear the smallest movements, to wake at the first sign of trouble. In their mind, they are the shield between you and anything that might harm you. Now, I want you to hold on to this, because we're building towards something deeper. Safety, bonding, comfort, protection, these are all true, but the most powerful reason is still ahead. And once you hear it, you'll never see your dog's nighttime press the same way again. So here it is, the most emotional truth. The one that hits you right in the heart. When your dog presses against you at night, it isn't just about what they get from you. It's about what they give. They are giving you their most vulnerable self, because sleep is vulnerability. Eyes closed, defenses down, completely exposed. And in that moment, your dog is saying, I trust you with my life. But there's more. At the very same time, they are promising, even in my sleep, I will protect you with mine. Think about that. Your dog's press is not just a request, it's a vow. A vow of love, a vow of loyalty, a vow of devotion that doesn't take a night off. That's the hidden truth, that's the revelation. And maybe you felt this without realizing it. That night you couldn't sleep because you were worried, and your dog pressed even closer. That morning you woke from a nightmare, only to find your dog already there, grounding you, calming you. That wasn't random, that was love on patrol. Now that you know, what do you do with it? Because once you understand, you can't go back. Every press becomes more than physical. It becomes a message, a reminder that home isn't the house you live in, it's you. You are your dog's safe place, their comfort zone, their protector, their family. Let me tell you about Carlos and his pit bull Luna. Carlos used to joke that Luna was just a furnace with fur. Every night she pressed against his legs and he thought nothing of it. But one night, Carlos woke from a nightmare shaken, sweating. Luna was already there, her head resting on his ankle, her eyes half open checking, "Are you okay?" Carlos says that was the moment he realized she wasn't just keeping warm, she was tethering herself to him, grounding him, protecting him even in his weakest moment. From that night on, every press was a love letter he could finally read. That's what I want for you. To see what's really happening in those silent hours. To notice it, to cherish it. Because your dog won't live forever. Their nights beside you are finite. But the bond you build in those moments can last a lifetime. Every press is your dog's way of saying, I love you, I trust you, I am yours. And when you respond, when you let them stay, when you rest your hand on their fur, you are answering back, I love you too, I am yours too. That dialogue is sacred. It's what makes the human-dog bond one of the most extraordinary relationships on this earth. So tonight, when your dog presses against you, don't dismiss it as habit. See it, feel it. Let it remind you of what loyalty and love really look like. Because sometimes, the deepest truths are whispered without words. And now, before we close, I want to leave you with this. Many dog owners notice their pup following them from room to room, like a little shadow. If you've seen this with your dog, I explained the solution in my last video, why your dog follows you from room to room. Real reasons, don't miss it. If this video touched your heart, give it a like. Share your own story in the comments, I read every one. Share this with another dog lover, and subscribe if you want to keep uncovering the hidden psychology of dogs with me. Because I promise, there are more secrets waiting to be discovered, secrets that will surprise you, comfort you, and make you love your dog even more. Until then, give your dog an extra cuddle tonight. They've already given you their whole heart.